It's a quintessentially Brussels spot. So if you find yourself in Brussels here on a Sunday, I would highly recommend you make a stop here. Hey Leopold! Cheers everybody! Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm taking you to the top 5 must-see places the next time you're in Brussels. So the following 5 places are what I consider to be kind of an insider's guide to Brussels. We're not going to be going to Grand Place or Mannekin Pis because everybody knows about those when they come to this city. These are the places that I've discovered in the last 2 years of living here that I think anybody would benefit from seeing. So we have a mix of some food places as well as some cultural things. And then if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to share a bonus tip which only the truest of true Brazilians know about. So without further ado, let's get into it. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, our trusty mode of transport for today. These scooters are almost anywhere around the city. There are a bunch of applications for them. Lime Scooter is powered by Uber, and then Bolt is another very nice application. Super affordable, gets you anywhere, and we're going to be using them to tour the sites today. So let's go. Okay, up first on today's list, which is not going to come as a surprise if you know anything about Belgium or Belgian culture, is the Brussels Beer Project. Of course it had to go to beer, right? Now the Brussels Beer Project was founded in Brussels, though they've recently expanded to open new stores in Tokyo and in Paris, and they stand for some pretty cool stuff. So they're both trying to reduce the waste in the beer industry, and there also was the first brewery in history to make a brew from unsold bread, which is badass. They also release a new brew every single week. They have many, many varieties and 2 locations here in Brussels. This one is on Bailly, Rue Bailly, but they also have another one north of the city. So depending on where you're staying in the city, I'm sure that you'll be closer to one of the 2 locations. And the barmen and women that work there are very knowledgeable. As I said, they have many varieties, so I'm sure that you're bound to find at least 1 or 2 brews that you enjoy. Next up, we have bakeries. I have 2 particular favorites here that I have found through very thorough research. The first one is a bakery called Renald, which you can see kind of behind me. There's always a line because it's that good. The other one is called Flot de Pain, and they're very close together. So if you find yourself here in Brussels and you want to do your own research on which one has the best baked goods, then I would highly encourage you to do so. But this place is awesome. Maybe it's because I'm new to being in Belgium, but their baked goods are just out of this world. They have savory things like quiches, tarts, really amazing bread, and then they also have a whole side for patisserie. You know, the eclairs, macarons, donuts, cinnamon rolls. It's really awesome. They have done such an exceptional job at combining really simple things like flour, sugar, and butter to make these wonderful confections. I can't say enough good things about them. As you can see, the line attests to that. And if you have Instagram, I would highly recommend following them over on Instagram. This video is not sponsored at all. This pod is not sponsored, but their Instagram is just full of food porn, and it's really good. So I have got myself today an eclair, purely for, you know, the sake of this video, just to show you some of their things and how delicious they are. So I'm gonna sit here in this crowded square and enjoy my patisserie before we go on to the next spot, which is number 3. Cheers, everybody. Hell yeah. Okay, the third spot on our list today of sites is the parks of Brussels. Now, while there are many parks around the city, I have 3 specifically that are near and dear to my heart. Park number 1 is Brussels Park, where we are now, also known as Parc, because it's right across from the Royal Palace. So it's cool because it's pretty close to the city center. It's large, so it's a nice amount of green space that you can walk around, get some fresh air, take a break from the hustle and bustle of the city and from touristing, but also be pretty close to some of the other major attractions in the city center. The other 2 on my list is the Botanical Gardens and the Jardin de Floriste, so known as the Florist's Garden. Those are a little bit north of the city, but really beautiful. They have a mix of architectural styles and many exotic plants. So one, it's a nice place to take a break, get some fresh air, as I said, and also to potentially walk off some of the treats that I've mentioned earlier on this list, like the beer and the patisserie, that you probably, most likely, I hope that you will have been enjoying here. So I'll link to all of those parks names and their exact locations in the description box below so that you can plan them out and add into your trip and know how to better orient yourself around the city. And one more really cool thing about Brussels Park is there are actually 2 restaurants here located within the park that serve coffee, tea, of course beer, and some nibbles. So while you're here taking a break from your hard work touristing and sightseeing, you might as well do as the Brazilians do, sit down, have a pint, soak in the atmosphere, and some evenings they even play live music. So it's a really nice place to come to soak it up and have the experience of the joie de vivre, as they say here. Number 4 on my list today takes things to the more cultural side of Brussels, specifically to a museum called Mima. And what's nice is that every few months this museum features new exhibitions, and as I film this video currently in October 2021, there's an exhibition on vintage porn posters. So I don't know where else you would find something like that. There's bound to be something that you haven't seen before. Just a few months back they had an exhibition all on Banksy, so it's really nice, a good way to step out of your comfort zone. And as a side note, that area where the museum is located is also surrounded by wonderful cafes and breweries. So, you know, you're never too far in Brussels from a great pint. So next up on our list today is the Gare du Midi market. We're here now. It's only on Sundays. It starts really early. If you find yourself in Brussels here on a Sunday, I would highly recommend you make a stop here. As you can see around, there's food, they sell clothes, toiletries, like anything you could want to buy, and then probably a lot of stuff you don't even think you know you want to buy, you can find here. We've just finished up eating at a place, I don't know the name, it's without a name, but it's underneath the train tracks. I'll try to leave the best description I can of where to find it here in the market, but they make these kind of crepe pancake sandwiches. And if you don't have any dietary restrictions or food allergies, I would highly recommend you get something called the complete, which every day is different because now Rob and I have been here a few different times. But today they had these grape leaf rice things inside. They had fresh cheese, olives, honey. It's awesome. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a good thing, a good combination of flavors, but highly, highly recommend. So we're going to stroll through, probably pick up a few things, and then yeah, head out. So I'll meet you guys back here for the next tip. Okay, I promised you all a bonus site here in today's video, and that is here, Place Lux, also known as Lux or Place Luxembourg. And it might not look like much right now because I'm filming this in the daytime, but if you find yourself here on a Thursday or Friday night, find yourself in Brussels, you have to come here because this is kind of the watering hole of Brussels. It's where the EU bubble congregates, and it's a great place to come, get a beer, and do some serious people watching. You're bound to hear many, many European languages, probably some deals going down, and yeah, it's just a fascinating place to come and see. And that's all for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope that you enjoyed my take on the must-see things here in Brussels. And if you've been to Brussels before or you live here and there's something that I missed out on, then please leave it in the comments down below. Share the wealth, because someone else who watches this video might also enjoy hearing some more things to see in the city, because I could make many more videos like this of things to see. But these are just the ones that I have found to be great places to visit since moving here 2 years ago. So with that, everybody, wishing you a beautiful rest of your day. Happy travels to Brussels, and I'll see you back here in my next video. Ciao, guys.